Good morning, everybody. I have a fantastic guest here for you today. This is Madishu, and she is the most successful Fiverr creator I have ever seen.
Well, hello there. I'm Madishu, and I'm successful. Thank
Yes.
you.
Can you tell us what it is you do on Fiverr?
I sing and write music for other people.
So you're a Fiverr musician?
Singer-songwriter, yeah.
How long have you been working on Fiverr?
I've set up my account back in November 2021, so right now it would be about 7 months and a half.
And you are able to support yourself living here in Vienna with your Fiverr?
More or less, yes. I do have gigs outside of Fiverr as well, but Fiverr is my main stream of income, my stable main stream of income.
A lot of the people that are watching this here, they like the idea of being able to get paid $5 to be able to do small tasks. But one of the problems that they have is that they're not able to get the first clients. They make their account and they're not able to start that snowball rolling. Mm-hmm. How did you get your first clients?
So, aside from having a very well put together profile, there is this section on Fiverr which is called buyer requests, where people that don't want to search through the whole list of songwriters, let's say. So you can send in your offer and be like, hey, I will actually do it for $5 for you, and I would love to help you out. And that's kind of how I started getting my first clients.
How many people did you have to send those requests to before you were able to get your first one? I imagine you had to send the messages to a lot of people.
Hundreds of people. I was on buyer requests all the time, just on the train, just sending them out as soon as there was something new.
How long did it take you before you got your first offer?
Yeah, I think that's about... You can just keep it going. I'm going to keep it rolling.
Yeah, we started good.
No, it's fine.
We just need something underneath it to give it a little bit of technical problems. We won't. Maybe edit that out. Maybe not. It's funny. I don't know. Our microphone is detaping from the bottom of the table. This is a little ad hoc. How many gigs do you say that you get per week?
That's another question of, like, when?
Right now. If you were to start
week.
working this week, how much would you say you're getting?
5.
5 gigs per week?
5 gigs.
What do you charge per gig?
About 250 on average.
What? That is actually insane, by the way. So let's actually, I might be getting ahead of myself. How many hours per week do you say that each one of those gigs takes?
About an hour and a half. And then per each revision. Usually I get asked for one revision, like they need some small change, and that will take about another half an hour. So let's say 2 hours per gig.
Sure. And when you first started, how many gigs were you taking?
I was taking everything that I got, so I wasn't saying no to anything. And in November it was like, you just start out and it's like not so many gigs, and then December I kind of got a little more. But then I raised my prices after that, and in January, after I raised my prices, I got triple the amount of gigs.
You got more gigs after you raised your prices?
Yes.
Pay attention to that. That's interesting. That makes her seem more credible if she's charging more than $5.
I started getting a lot of gigs in December, and I couldn't catch up with them, and I was charging way too little and working a lot, like a full time basically. I couldn't catch up with my university because I was still studying back then. So I decided to double my rates so that I get, less orders. But the orders tripled in January, and I was just working, and I had to turn down a lot of gigs. But then I raised my prices again in February, and then they decreased. Yes,
decreased.
That's the word. They decreased.
So you've raised your prices 5 or 6 times now?
Yeah.
And how would you say that affects your business? Do you think that you are making more money now, that you're getting fewer gigs with more money, or were you making more before in terms of just pure profitability?
At some point, it just became the same amount of money every month, but just less gigs.
So have you used any other platforms besides Fiverr, like Air Gigs? How would you compare Fiverr to other platforms that charge less fees?
I don't like any other platforms. They don't have the infrastructure that Fiverr has.
Would the same things that work on Fiverr apply on these other platforms?
No. AirGigs doesn't have a ranking system. You can't be level 1 seller, level 2 seller, top rated seller. They also have the buyer requests, but they're not good with how many orders you have, when is the deadline, not sending notifications and stuff.
How much does Fiverr actually take out from your 500 per gig or 250 per gig?
They take 20%.
They take 20%.
So
and you use PayPal, so that's another 7-ish%.
Actually, PayPal doesn't take a cut. It's just the conversion rate, which kind of
Oh, interesting.
takes a cut, but PayPal doesn't take a cut from my
That's good to know.
anymore.
If you were to start your Fiverr career from scratch again, what would you do? What are some tips you would give to people that are starting right now?
I think exactly the same thing, to be honest. Just look at other successful creators. Look at how they structured their gig, what their prices are, what their description is, what they deliver. And then just take what you think is the best out of all these other creators' profiles and make your own. And then start with the buyer requests. Just start out, make as many different gigs as you can make with the service that you're offering, so that you see which one works better, which title works better in the search engine.
What recourse do you have as a creator? Does Fiverr have any protections for you?
Not that much, to be fair. I think for musicians, not as much as for art.
The clients that you ever work with, do they come back? What does your client retention look like?
I think I've had one person come back like 15 times. That was the highest number of returning orders I've had from one person. Yeah, there are a lot of people that come second, third time.
Sure. Do you still have to go out and actually hunt for new leads, or do they come to you now?
No, they always come now to me.
If you, say, want to go on vacation next month, you're able to ramp up your workload. Do you have the freedom to be able to make more money or less money?
If I want to, yeah. I mean, I have to work more if I want to make more
Yes,
money,
of course,
yeah.
of course. But a lot of people that have jobs, they don't have the option to just like work extra hours.
Well, if I want some extra orders this month or next month, I would just go on buy requests and see what's there. If I'm willing to do some like not so good paid jobs.
Do you do any promotion outside of Fiverr? Again, for people that are just beginning, how would you recommend that they start promoting their services off of the platform?
It depends on if they have a lot of people outside of the platform that want to work with them. If they do, I would hit them up and be like, hey, would love to work with you, but would you mind doing it through Fiverr?
Thank you guys so much. Please thank Madishu for coming on the show with us. We've got all of her links. You can see her TikTok, her Instagram, her Fiverr if you guys want to go hire her. All of her links are in the description if you guys want to go check her out. Thank you so much for coming on the show with us.